When solving word problems in algebra, your goal is to be able to come up with an equation that helps you to solve for what they're asking for. So I use a 4-step process. So before you can make an equation, you want to define what you're going to call x. Then you make the equation. You solve the equation, but unlike in the other problems, when you solve the equation, you have to do a final step, and that is interpret the solution in context of the word problem that they've given you. So we'll try that on this problem here. Notice that it is asking for her regular hourly rate. That is what we're going to let x be. So let x equal basically her pay per hour. So that's called hourly rate. Now, if you think about how people get paid when they work, and think about in this problem, she's getting regular pay for her first 40 hours. We know that part of her pay is going to come from 40 of those hours times her hourly rate. And then she's going to get additional pay for the 8 hours of overtime that she works. So that's time and a half. So we would have 8 of those hours times 1.5 times her pay. And they're saying that that's going to equal 338. So that is the equation that we are going to solve in order to figure out what she's getting paid. So I'll kind of go through these steps. So we would want to clear the parentheses first, so multiply 8 times 1.5. Feel free to use a calculator for that part. That's going to give you 12. So then we have our like terms, 40x and 12x, we're going to add together. Now we want to divide both sides by 52. So I'm going to divide the other side by 52. We get 6.5. So x equals 6.5. But remember, that last step is to interpret your answer in context of the problem. Hourly rate, we don't ever go for a job and ask about our pay and they're like, oh, 7.5 or 8.2 or 10.5. No, they use dollars and cents. So 6.5 in dollars and cents is $6.50. So her hourly rate is $6.50 per hour. Okay, so moving on to example 12, we have a problem talking about an average, and they're asking for what she will need on the final. So we're going to let x equal score on final. The way that averages work is you add all the numbers and then you divide by the number of numbers. So we have 75, 80, 72, 59, and 92, and if you read the problem, it says that the final will count as 2 scores. So we can either write a 2x here, or we could do x plus x, so that when you go to take that average, you remember to include this twice. So we have 7 numbers here, and it's saying that we want our result to be an average of 80. So that's what's going to go on the other side of the equals. So our first step is to simplify all this, add up all these numbers together. So if I add up the first 5 numbers, I get 378, and then x and x is 2x. Divide by 7. Okay, so now to get rid of the 7, I can multiply both sides by 7 to cancel that 7. So, and 80 times 7 is 560. Then we want to work to get x by itself. You could probably pause the video at this point and finish the problem on your own, and I will go ahead and give you the answer. So we end up with a 91. That is the score that she will need on her final in order to achieve an average of 80.